Hello, everybody. It is Saturday, May 16th. Welcome back to the Nick Watkins Show. I'm Nick Watkins. Let's get into it. Going to be a little bit of a shorter episode today because not a lot of time. Well, that's just going to be how it is for the next couple days. But after that, we're going to be chilling. So let's get into it. Yesterday, the Giants lost to the A's 5-2. A's scored 5 runs on 10 hits. Giants 2 runs on 10 hits. And the Giants have lost 3 games in a row. So there were parts of it that were really encouraging, and there were other parts that were not encouraging at all. Um, just looking at, I mean, the winning pitcher was Savali. He went 5 innings, 2 strikeouts, 2 earned runs. The losing pitcher was Molly. He got 5 earned runs and 10 hits. So if you look at that, I mean, the A's got all 10 of their hits in the first 5 innings, and after that, they did not get a base runner. So that's encouraging. That's one of the encouraging things. But it was just the fifth inning was the real bad inning for the Giants. Um, yeah. So Luis Arias had a solo home run, his first homer of the year in the fourth inning to tie the game, and then Harrison Bader hit his first homer or his third homer of the year in the fifth inning to give the Giants the lead. And at that point, I was very confident. I was feeling very encouraged by the way the Giants were playing because they were getting a lot of hits and they were hitting the ball well, even if they were making outs. And then the bottom of the fifth happened, and Nick Kurtz hit a 3-run home run, absolute bomb. They added on another run, and man, we lost. Um, so it was a rare case, I think, of the pitching actually letting down. Obviously, 2 runs is not going to do it, but Molly wasn't the greatest. It's just a frustrating result because if you watch the game, the Giants' offense was actually like they were having really good at bats. The Giants' offense, and it's just a frustrating result. Because the Giants' offense were having really good at bats. Arias was 4 for 5 with his first homer of the year. Adonis had 2 hits. Bader had 2 hits. Ramos had a hit, but not even the hits. Even the guys who were making outs, they were hitting the ball really well. After Arias hit his homer, Chapman flew out to the warning track. Devers flew out to the warning track. Bryce Eldridge flew out, where he lined out hard a couple times. Um, Dominus had 2 hits. Ramos hit the ball hard. Everybody was hitting the ball hard. The problem was they were just finding gloves. So you got to give credit to the A's. I don't think it was a matter of the Giants losing this game more than the A's won this game with their, home run from Kurtz and great defense being played. But 10 hits is a good amount of hits for the Giants, and they arguably should have had more. It was just the fifth inning, the bottom of the fifth inning, that did not go well for the Giants. So while it does suck that we've lost 3 games in a row, I'm not overly worried about it because we went from 2 hits on Thursday to 10 hits yesterday, and we should have had more. So, as far as the offense goes, I'm not concerned about it, but we do want to win the next 2 games. That is going to be a priority. Playing in Sacramento, the ball flies, it's small stadium, so we're looking to do better there. I'm not worried about it, even though yesterday didn't go necessarily the way we wanted it to. But as for today's game, I mean, this is who's going to be. It's going to be Trevor McDonald versus Luis Severino. Severino, he has been, pretty good. 2-4 with a 407. I mean, he's had some great starts in there, and then the last two haven't been the strong. I mean, it's not bad. He's definitely had his struggles, but I don't know. I think we should be able to do well. And then McDonald, who'll be making his first start against the A's in his career. He has pitched in this ballpark before. This, of course, is the Giants minor league stadium. But look, this is a great chance to get the offense going. And they had 10 hits yesterday, and they were hitting the ball hard. They just didn't get that big hit. That was the problem. They didn't get that big hit yesterday. They couldn't get the hit to knock those guys in. The A's had their big hit. It came in the fifth. But this is a real opportunity for the Giants offense to get going and to have sustained success brought upon this team because of the way we play today. So it's going to be an important game, and if McDonald can do his job, and if he does his job well, like the last times he's pitched, this is a chance for the Giants to win. A great chance. We're kind of need to. Let's go to NBA. 2 games yesterday. The Detroit Pistons beat the Cleveland Cavaliers 115-94. Impressive victory. It was a team game. That was the big thing. Harden and Mitchell were not great, did not shoot the ball well, and the Pistons had 6 players in double figures. They had an entire team shoot the ball pretty well. Cade wasn't the best, but his teammates picked him up, which is something that hasn't happened this postseason. So it's game 7 is going to be tomorrow, and that's exciting. And then we got the other game from yesterday. The Spurs beat the Wolves 139-109. Stephon Castle 32 and 11. Julius Randle, he was terrible in this game. Gobert, also terrible. Those are the 2 big men, right? And had 24, did not shoot the ball well. The Spurs dominated. If you look at the Wolves, like at the beginning of the fourth quarter, you saw them on the bench. They just looked completely demoralized and defeated. And when I saw them sitting down on the bench, like just ready to go home, basically, I knew this was over. And the Spurs ended up winning this game by 30 points. A huge victory in this series, clinching Game 6. And that will set up the Spurs and the Thunder. What an exciting series that will be. And the Spurs got there because they won yesterday against the Wolves. WNBA. The Mercury beat the Sky. The Tempo lost to the Sparks. Aces beat the Sun. And in overtime, the Mystics beat the Fever. That's a pretty close game. Yeah. All these games are close. Oh, Asia Wilson had 45 points. That is a crazy amount. Domination. Wow. There are a lot of good players in the league right now. That's good for the league, you know? All right. No games today. The Valkyrie don't play till Thursday. That's a lot of off time. Anyway, NHL. No NHL games yesterday. There's one today. The Sabres and the Canadiens. Game 6. Montreal, they win at home. They will advance to the Eastern Conference Finals and take on the Carolina Hurricanes. Uh, I'm excited for it. This is going to be a good game today. Full disclosure, I am not going to be able to watch anything, pretty much anything. I'm going to watch the Giants, but not like fully attention. I have to study for my finals. I'm going to try and watch, but tomorrow's episode might not be very good. I might not have a lot to say. And yeah, it's just once like past Monday, the analysis is going to be incredible because I won't have to deal with that. But yeah, what are you going to do? Right? So just to recap, the Giants play the A's today. No basketball, and then there's one hockey game. Game 6 between the Sabres and the Canadiens. This is the only series that hasn't been wrapped up yet. And then tomorrow there will be the Pistons and the Cavaliers at the Game 7. So Game 6 hockey, Game 7 basketball tomorrow. The Giants and the A's. No WNBA. A relatively quiet Saturday. It's just the Canadiens and the Sabres. Then a whole bunch of baseball games, of course. Any good ones? Yankees Mets is always a good one. Cubs White Sox. This is a rivalry. It is. Oh, how funny. The Giants and the A's. The Yankees and the Mets. the Dodgers and the Angels, the Rangers and the Astros, the Cubs and the White Sox, Padres Mariners is technically a rivalry, Orioles Nationals, Phillies Pirates, Marlins Rays, Reds Guardians. I that's crazy. It's also like mind blowing to see all these teams that play in the same state. Like the Dodgers and the Angels in the same city. The Dodgers and the Angels, the Yankees and the Mets, the Cubs and the White Sox, they all play in the same city. Phillies Pirates, Orioles Nationals, Marlins Rays, Reds Guardians, uh, Royals Royals Cardinals, Rangers Astros, and then of course the Giants and the A's. They're all in the same state. And then I guess the Red Sox and the Braves are rivalry because the Red Sox used to, the Boston Red Sox, but the Braves used to be the Boston Braves, so that's a rivalry. The Padres and the Mariners, I guess, is a rivalry. Brewers Twins, Wisconsin and Minnesota, that's a big rivalry. The Blue Jays Tigers, I don't really know what that's about. And the D-backs Rockies are divisional rivals. That's so funny. I can't believe I didn't even notice that. This is rivalry week in MLB. That's pretty interesting. Um, I mean, I knew the Giants were playing the A's, but I didn't know it was everybody was playing their in-state rival. But that's pretty cool, isn't it? Anyway, I just figured that out. I'm so smart, guys. No, I'm joking. But that's gonna do it for today's episode. Thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.